All right, good morning, TACFIT Legion. I'm Robert Miller, coming out of Los Angeles at the TACFIT headquarters here. We're going to do a little kettlebell workout this morning, but first, let's get all our joints moving today. We're going to just start in our jaw, just go a little side to side. And let's go front to back. Really allow everything to open up, get all that tissue moving, get all the blood flow moving. And let's make some big circles. And reverse it. And let's go to our necks. Nice and easy. We're just going to let it all melt away. Breathe nice and deep. Use your eyes and look over your shoulders. Keep the torso nice and steady. Just work with whatever range of motion is available now and improve upon that. Now let's bring our heads right back to center. We're just going to go ear to shoulder. I'm thinking about lifting up my cheekbone, getting nice and long through my neck muscles. Again, creating space to allow blood flow and nutrition to get into the muscles, into the ligaments and tendons. Reach the crown of the head up and away. Lift that cheekbone up. And breathe nice and deep. We're going to bring all that right back to center. We're just going to go up and down. Keep your chin all the way to your chest. Relax your forehead. Relax your face. And again, nice, long, full breathing sequences. Good, we're going to bring that back to center. We're going to work on a lateral glide. Remember, there's a lot of ways to start cheating this. Moving my hips, moving my waist. Don't turn or tilt your head any longer, but really think about just your ears pressing to the wall. Keep it small, keep it slow, let it all open up naturally. And still breathe nice and deep. We're going to bring that right back to center. We're just going to go front to back. So I reach that chin out. I draw the chin back in. What I want to watch for is my shoulders pulling together. I want to keep the tension out. Just working with what my C-spine can offer me this morning. Good, we're going to leave the chin out now and draw a circle on the sky. No longer, we're not going to let our chins drop. We're going to reach the chin forward. So I'm always looking at a wall. And let's reverse that. Good, we're going to bring it all right back to center, shake it all loose. We're going to go into our stacks so my elbows can be on my ribs. Or I can open up that chain and I can roll that shoulder forward to get that shoulder blade to move off my back. You can start to close the chain down, start to quiet the shoulder a little bit. And just find the shoulder blade. Still breathe nice and deep all the way through that range of motion. Make sure you're not shrugging the shoulders up, staying out of your trapezius. And let's reverse that. And bring it all right back to center, shake everything loose. Let's go into our mid-spine. So I'm going to bring my feet in nice and straight. My hands come to my hips, my belly button comes in. I lift up that rib cage, and I'm just going to press my ribs out, left and right. Try to keep the C-spine out of it. Just isolating your thoracic. Again, a lot of ways to cheat here is I start moving my hips, I start bending over, or I just start moving my shoulders up and down. A lot of ways your brain's going to try to fool you. Really be isolated into your T-spine. Think about what you want to have happen in your body. And yes, you must still breathe. Let's do 2 more on each side. We're going to keep our hands on our hips. We're going to press our heart forward and back. Press it up and back. Inhale and reach. Good. Now we're going to open everything up, squeeze everything back, keep your shoulders down and reach the arms out. I want to find that nice hollow body. So I tuck the pelvic floor up, my belly button comes in and I reach out. Again, if I'm really tight, maybe I want to hang out here a little bit longer, or I'm feeling a little tight, I hang out here a little longer. Just make sure you have a breath available. Good. As you bring those hands back in, we're just going to push that around. So I'm going to go forward, right, back, and left. Just visiting all those positions we just visited. Just working with my thoracic spine. And eventually I want to smooth those corners out so you can keep your head in one spot. You can start to open up that chain, but remember, the farther my hands go, the less information I have. I don't want to just start moving around in my hips. I'm really isolating that thoracic spine in space. And let's reverse it. We're going to bring all that right back together, shake it loose. Bring our feet together as close as you can where you're comfortable. Bring the arms up, lock the elbows out, and I'm just going to roll my left shoulder down and back. And my right shoulder down and back. I want to make sure that as I twist, my elbows don't bend in, my arms don't drop down. It's always going to be that back arm that wants to drop down here. Keep the lift. If all that's going really well, I want to start to add a twist. So my twist is exactly that. Staying tall in the torso, crown of head drives to the side. Don't think about folding down. It's not about folding. It's about getting those cross fascial lines opened up, moving everything through. You'll bring all that back to center. Open up your base. Pull your hands in nice and tight. Flex those biceps and flex the triceps. The more tension I gather on the way in, the more tension I release in my extensor muscles on the way out. And let's reverse that. Good. Let's bring the elbows to the ribs, shake your shoulders and traps out. Let's get our wrists moving, but I also want to get the bones moving in our forearms, getting all that connective tissue, all the nutrients and blood flow into there. Good. Let's reverse that. And now I'm going to open up my hands, stretch my fingers and palms out, and we're going to make our little OK sign. As if you're holding on to some snow cones, working with all 3 knuckles and the fingers. Check back into your breathing. Get it nice and full and under control. And shake all that free. Let's check our lower lumbar. So I'm going to keep my feet nice and straight. My knees go to lock. I'm going to squeeze my glutes to press my head forward and return the curve. I'm just working with my lumbar now, filling my lungs with air, squeezing everything out. Again, I'm not going to hyperventilate and try to exhale every time I go forward. I really fill my lungs up. The harder I exhale, the tighter my trunk becomes. Good, we're going to bring all that back to center. Open up your base a little bit. Give yourself a nice hug. Let's rotate as far as you can to the right and exhale as you go down. Inhaling back up, reaching those hips forward, squeezing your glutes. Make sure the face is relaxed. The breath is under your control. Good, and as you come up to the top, we're just going to pause. Rotate as far as you can to the left, and let's check the other side. Good, as you come back to the top, we're going to bring our feet together in a little 90-degree angle. And I just want to think about stepping over the gate, rotate your shin to the ground, and step, and back. Try to keep that shoulder in its place. I'm really trying to just focus on my hip, not trying to use my whole body to turn. Just step over the baby gate and come back. Good, let's switch. Good, let's bring that back to center, shake that loose. Just get into our knees. So I have my neutral stance. And again, I'm going around a nice circle. Always coming back to my full extension. Pressing the midfoot down into the ground. And let's reverse it. Good, let's bring the knees away from each other. And now back together again. Good, bring that all back to neutral. Bring your chest to your thighs, palms to the ground. Try to peel the earth open. Separate those scaps and breathe. On your next inhale, pull the mid-spine up. Stack that vertebrae. Shake it all loose. Let's check the ankles. Toes to leg is slightly bent. I'm going to draw a great big square out there with my foot. Pressing that foot to its full range of motion. And let's reverse it. And drive it down. Let's check the other ankle. And reverse there. Good, drive that all down, shake it loose. Let's do some prayer plyos. I'm going to keep my feet in the neutral stance. I'm going to squeeze everything back, reach up to the sky, and rip it down. So I really want to use that breath. Get my lats to turn on. I want to think about pulling the roof down. Two more. Shake that all out. Let's make sure the shoulders are nice and loose. Keeping the shoulder blade down. I'm going to lift up. I'm going to reach as far back as I can and rotate that arm around. Again, make sure you're not using your torso to fool your range of motion. Everything's nice and straight. Make sure the shoulder isn't lifting up to the ear, but the scap is down. one more on each side. Shake it loose. Let's find that little nice 90-degree squat position. Hold that position. Try to get your toes off the ground. Let's drive all the way down as deep as you can. Back up past 90. Hold. Back down to 90. Let's pulse it out. Tiny little motion, pressing through the heel, pressing through the glute. And press up. Let's do some front folds, reaching down to the ground. Inhale, pull the weight of the earth up, and squeeze everything back and release. 2 more. Good, shake it all loose. I hope you guys are warm. I know I am. It's getting hot in here. We're gonna do a little 20 by 10 workout today. 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds to rest and recover. After your 8th round, you'll get a 60-second rest. We're only gonna do 4 movements. So, kettlebell, since we just released that Spetsnaz, thanks to Matt Wischweiser, we're gonna keep it going. So, kettlebell front swings. A lot of things happen on the front swing. Ideally, what I like to see is that my hands are right nice and tight to my crotch. So as I swing, I'm getting a load through my legs so I can drive with my legs and throw with my hips. The basic portion of this is just to teach you how to jump. That's all I'm trying to do is load everything and drive up. So to get started with the kettlebell, I want to reach for that kettlebell first. My hips go back and I reach. I try to break the handle and rotate. I want to hike the kettlebell through and then up. Using the leg drive and the hips. I like to keep my arms locked. I do a lot of jiu-jitsu, so my tendons and everything in my elbows. I don't want to keep that tension. For me, my intent is to open my elbow joints up. We're all a little different. But what I don't want to see is that big triangle when you go to swing it. This big triangle shouldn't occur. I'm trying to press back, which is why I keep tension in my lats. I'm not trying to swing the kettlebell up here. Yes, there are movements that do that. This is not it today. Today I'm keeping my shoulders packed, my lats active. I'm pressing the kettlebell through and exploding with my legs and glutes. We're gonna go 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. After that, we're gonna do our push press. So the push press is different from your military press. So to find my push press, I'm gonna grab the kettlebell, I'm gonna clean it. I wanna keep the kettlebell as close to my body as possible, meaning these knuckles are hugging into my body, not hanging out here, not collapsing the wrist. I load my legs again. My core turns on because my hips are tucked. And I want to explode through the legs, glutes, and arm. Simultaneously, I pull it back down and I absorb and press. My bicep should be by my ear. I don't need to look up at the kettlebell. The kettlebell shouldn't travel out here. It shouldn't travel out here. I'm thinking about bicep to ear. And I want to go in a straight line because that's the quickest path. What I'm trying to avoid is opening up and pressing. I want to avoid the long route and press straight up. So it's like a building exploding. It's all time charges. It's the same in my body. There's time charges. First the legs charge off. Then the glutes charge off. Then the arm charges off, and I have my push press. So we're gonna go 8 rounds there. We're gonna switch every round. You might only get a couple of reps in, and that's where it should be. The kettlebell shouldn't be so light that you're just banging them out 15 on each round. I want to feel the absorption and the timing of that press. From there, we're going to do some cleans to goblet squats. So, I squat to the kettlebell. I want to clean it up. My elbows snap to my ribs, and I squat. Back up, release, snatch, and squat. Always keeping a nice straight spine, top of the head, bottom of the back. Don't lean over and lift it with your back. Use your legs as they're designed to be used. And lastly, figure 8. So the figure 8 is really trying to press side to side. If you did any skating or any sort of sports where it's very angled movements, football, basketball, this is where I'm trying to find my drive. What I don't want to have happen is me just hang out here and just use all my arms. It's like a skater pressing. So I split the kettlebell handle. If I need to rest, I stand up. I pass, and I can stand back up. Or I stay down here, pressing left to right. Look, the kettlebell should pass in the front. I don't want to pass it back here and cause my lower lumbar to be compressed. It's a core exercise, and it's more leg drive. So for the first 20, we'll start with the right hand and pass. The second 20, we'll go back to the left hand and pass. 8 rounds, you'll have 60 seconds to rest after your 8th round. I would normally ask if there's questions at this point, but I can't hear you guys. So, we're going to get going in 15 seconds. We're all going to start with our kettlebell swing. I want to make sure I'm going to reach for the kettlebell. Good, rest. Find the position. Good, shake that loose. And remember, anytime you need to take a break, take a rest. I'll show you a regression here. Hike, swing, press. Hike, swing, reset. Hike, swing, reset. This is a regression. Good, 10 seconds. Rest and recover. And again, if I need to round off, there's no shame in that. Maybe you had a rough morning already. Maybe you haven't eaten. Things aren't feeling great. Let the heart rate settle. We only want to do good reps. Only your best work is what we want to do. It's not about doing bad reps. Having bad breath. Speaking of breathing, inhale on the way back. Exhale at the top. should be fired up by now. Rest. Again, if you need to regress. Good, rest, breathe. It's getting hot here in Cali. Back to work. Last round coming up. We got a whole minute. Rest, recover, breathe. You need a drink, grab a little drink. Get that heart rate down. Going into our push press. Still have 15 seconds to rest, recover. Seconds. Find your position. Find your position. Find your weight. Kettlebell in. Good. Kettlebell down. Shake. Switch hands. Keep the empty arms strong. Keep your heels flat. Press. Pull. Make sure your wrist is staying straight. Don't let it collapse. Make sure your glutes are on. Last two. Last reps. A whole minute. Rest, recover. We're going to go to that goblet clean and swap. Forty seconds left. Find that position, find your tool. Get your hips back. Clean. Swap. Here, shake it loose. It's not feeling good, take a break. It's all right. I'm going to take one. I don't like my breathing pattern. Ha! So I'm going to get it back under control. Shake it out. before this. And no breakfast. Again, I always want them to feel good. If it's not feeling good, I don't do it. I don't care what anybody out there tells you to stay hard, whatever that nonsense is. If it doesn't feel good, why do it? Brain soft. Ha, ha, ha. Going into our figure eights. Remember, we're pressing side to side. Don't just hang out. Activation in the legs. Remember to grab half the handle. Don't hog the handle. Stand up. Take a direction. Good, rest. Come out of the exercise smooth. Up and go. You need to rest, I stand. And I go, and I stand. And I go. out, find your heart rate. And breathe. 5 seconds to count. Let's all start counting now. Time. Take that number and multiply by 4, and that's where you're at today. So we're going to go down to the ground a little bit, do a cool down. First thing I'm going to do is just sit, pull my shoulder blades back, open up the distance between your feet. Nice and easy, little shin box. Again, there's no need to rush. If one side feels a little tighter than the other, hang out there a little longer. Now, as the knees go to the left, I'm going to turn so my heart's in line with my thigh, and I'm pulling down with a flat back. Don't reach with your head. Pull, pull, pull. And I didn't say to go past the thigh, go right to the thigh. Push your heart into the ground. Breathe. Don't let your head drop. Stay in a straight line. Inhale back up. Nice and easy, I transition to the other side. I rotate and I reach myself out, pulling everything out of that bottom glute. Nice flat back, shoulders down, face relaxed. Breathe. Good, I'm going to inhale back up. I'm going to take my left leg, step it up to my right knee, or if you can go all the way around with a flat foot. Wrap that arm around, grip the hands together, pull that thigh into your chest, lift your heart, exhale, and look to the back shoulder. Every time I inhale, I get taller. Every time I exhale, I twist a little deeper. Good, unwrap that arm. Bring that leg back to your shin box. Transition to the other side. And again, I either step to the front or I step with a flat foot. Grab, pull, grip, pull, lift, twist. Don't lose the tension here. Keep the tension so you get the stretch. Nice tall chin. Don't drop your head down. Stay tall. I'm gonna unwind and come back. From here, I'm gonna windshield wiper my feet down so that they can come underneath me now. Sitting back into your shins, open up that base. I'm gonna walk, I'm gonna reach my right hand across and chop it. Now I wanna pull that shoulder blade down, walk the other hand, and lift up through the elbow. You can breathe in and out here, or you can hang out as long as you're calm and breathing at the top. I'm going to inhale, pull the arm through. And I'm going to reach with the left hand. I first reach till I can't reach anymore. Then I chop. Then I pull. Then I walk. Then I lift. I'm going to inhale, pull the arm back through. I'm going to reach back. And now I'm going to lift my hips, but first my shoulder blades, and now the hips. Breathe. If you need to rest, rest. Find your breathing. Good. Come back down. Walk the hands to the front. Bring the knees back. Find your tabletop. Spike your toes. Let's just press the knees off the ground and stretch those toes out a little bit. Did a lot of work in our feet this morning. Now I'm going to keep pressing my knees back to my chest and hang out here. Keep your shoulders down. Now reach into your down dog. Keep your shoulders out of your ears. Don't do that. Come back. You want to jog your legs out? Jog them out. You can. Breathe, relax, pack the steps. Good. Slowly bring the knees down. Gently let them touch. Flatten down your laces. Pull the crown of the head to the earth. Bring your thumbs to your heels and allow your shoulders to drape over your knees. If this is uncomfortable for anybody at home, just go to your back and lay nice and calm. Get yourself turned off. Breathe everything out. If you need to adjust the head, you can adjust it. Go, go, go. Oh. If you're still in child's pose, bring your hands out to the front. Inhale as you roll back up into the prone. Hang out, make sure you're not dizzy. And come back up to your feet in a nice, calm, and relaxed manner. Just want to say thank you to everybody for joining us today. It's been a real pleasure. I want to say thanks to Alberto Crane, all the team leaders, and especially Nestor for putting together that academy. There's so much information in there for everybody. If you guys are interested in getting certified, we are doing online certifications this year. Hopefully we'll be back live and in person next year. But as of now, we're doing a great job with the academy. So stay tuned. Good job, guys. Appreciate it. See everybody very soon.